I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode from Boyz Man. I'm your host, Terry, Mr. King. And, I got with me today
Eddie Bunch.
Eddie Bunch is in the building, y'all. He's back in the building. I ain't said that in about 6 months. And they also got
Elijah Alexander, or Alexander the Great.
Better say it right, because I was about to say, you gave your nickname on for a reason. We like Power Rangers when we call this thing.
Facts.
So, I'm not the Red Ranger, I was come wearing blue. But either way, welcome back to another episode of From Boyz Men, where we're here to educate, communicate, and motivate the future and current generation of men and women to understand men on different levels and break down these stereotypes that they have about all men in this world, especially us black men. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this right for y'all, because y'all look like... There you go, y'all are in the middle of it now. Okay, boom. Had to create this little camera angle real quick. But, man, how y'all been, man?
I've been great. Living life, of course, doing the real estate thing. I just sold the house last week.
Congratulations on that. Congratulations.
Sure.
Ain't Think Week coming up, too? You ain't promoting
Think Week too. Yeah. So, y'all, actually, I got an event. Somebody booked me to be a speaker at an event called Think Week on August 6th to the 7th in Tampa, Florida. So, that's something big that, I'm speaking at. I'm going to be touching on business, real estate, and tech. So that's really dope. That's on the way. And then actually I just got booked for another speaking engagement here on the 24th. I'm supposed to be like teaching the kids, young men, about maturity and stuff. So that's really dope too. And then y'all know, just still in college, thugging, hustling.
Trying to make it through.
Still got the oils on deck. Alexander brand. You already know what it is.
Expanding.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Y'all gotta smell some new scent. I got YSL on me.
Yeah. That's that prison scent
Baccarat.
right there, man.
Y'all can smell them.
Shit.
You can open them.
Anyway, one,
No, that's not YSL.
Which one this is?
Smell this. This is YSL.
Saying that, though. It smells like some bubbly. Why is that?
How you get your brand started up like this? What's the sense?
Really just like my mama.
Yeah.
I just really took this hustle from my mama.
That's real.
Yeah.
So your mama make oils?
She used to.
She used to. My mama used to make shea butter. She taught me the shea butter game, so I started making the shea butter, and then I grew up in a Muslim community, so like oils are huge in the Muslim community.
Facts.
So that's where I kind of got it. It was like it's a low startup cost, and then I've been on ever since.
Hey, bro, that's a grind up, man.
Facts.
Especially you get to that departmental level, man. You just sell your shit the name.
Yeah.
Bro, I need that.
Then you have them making the big bucks. Don't forget us when you make it big. Just remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all go to the website right now, thealexanderbrand.com. Everybody get any product on the website 50% off. No code needed.
Shit.
Yeah, so.
Hey, it's Black Friday every day.
Yeah, man.
How you been, Eddie?
Man, just grinding, man. Just trying to finish up this school, get this degree, get up out of here, man. Listen, Pensacola, your home, bro. I know, but Pensacola, strangest city I had to live in Florida so far.
Trust me, there's some weirdos here.
Bro, plenty of weirdos.
It's a lot of shit.
I just...
Hey, I'm not offended because I don't classify myself as none of this. I'm my own person. I may be from here, but I'm not. Yeah. I'm from, actually, technically, I'm from Canton. I'm not from Pensacola. I'm from the country area.
Yeah,
That's a
country
different
boy.
Hey, I'm a country boy, so say what you want to say about Pensacola. I don't care. I don't even like going to the beach, and I hate motherfuckers that be talking, oh, the Blue Angels. Like, shut the fuck up. They just you see the same shit every year. And
Yeah,
you
man.
get all excited.
It was people lining up at 6 a.m. in the morning. The
People
beach was full.
People coming out like it's Christmas sale at Best Buy for a. To be honest, I was in the Navy, so I can talk shit. Fuck the Blue Angels. Like, nigga, y'all don't do shit but entertain. Y'all don't fight.
Oh, so they're not like, no.
Hey,
That's most of our military at this point.
Yeah, you that entertainment. So,
fuck? That tied right into our
Oh, dang.
today.
Is that you really do?
While we on that topic though, my grandfather was actually telling me something interesting the other day about the military. He was like, the military is starting to get a little desperate for people to come in because nobody's joining how they
Used to. Yeah,
Well,
because
I mean, they gotta manipulate us.
I mean,
Like-
hey,
like
too
check me
woke, we're too woke now to understand.
Bro, like, ever since the United States founding, we have been in war. Like, we maybe spent like 20 years after the Revolutionary War just being peaceful, and since then we've been waging war everywhere.
Yeah.
War at home against the natives, war at home against supposed citizens, Asians, black people, Hispanic people, anybody that's not white,
Yeah.
you as an enemy.
Yeah.
Then we moved on to the Middle East, the Russians, communists and shit during the 1900s, man. Like, the U.S. is the best propaganda machine you ever see in your life.
Oh,
Hitler
God.
learned from us.
Exactly.
So that's how you know. Like, you do all this shit. Let's not even talk about the other communities. In the black community, right?
Yeah.
You give us no access to no kind of jobs, no education, no kind of opportunities, right?
I mean, you
But then you don't want to be selling drugs. You don't want to do that to your family and risk prison. So I got something for you. You go and fight for me for 4 years. I don't give a fuck about the salary I'm gonna give you. But once you finish, I'm gonna give you these benefits and you ain't gotta worry about selling drugs ever because you got them.
But you get PTSD go with it and all the other stuff.
PTSD, discrimination,
So-
bro.
even when you leave, you keep the benefit.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Oh, so
That's how I paid for college. Well, that's how they paid for college for me.
Wait, so-
I ain't pay shit.
Matter of fact, this is actually off topic conversation. Wait,
Uh.
you got health insurance? You got TRICARE?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, like almost. Well, they pay for a portion because I ain't 100% yet disabled, but hopefully real soon I will be.
Well, damn.
Because
Shit.
I got 3 hernias,
Yeah.
and they came from back when I was in the military.
And then how long you think they're gonna drag out your fucking
I know they got surgery. I got surgery planned up for in the middle of August. So if this episode, if it happened to drop in the middle of August or something, no, I'm on bed rest ridden stuff. So if y'all want to send me any fan mail, if I have any fans out there, or you want to hit me up on the cash out, y'all
thoughts
can.
and prayers, man?
Oh yeah, but yeah, everything, you know. But you're right. Talk about everything do ties into what we're talking about today is because freedom. But this whole country is something. The propaganda is basically freedom is the whole. If anyone say well anything about America, you got the freedom of everything.
Mhm.
You freedom to do what you want. The freedom to make your dreams come reality. But that freedom is a false sense of freedom.
Everything is a false sense of freedom.
Because if it's free, why you gotta go through hell, fire, and brimstone just to achieve it? And the only few of us actually ever experience true freedom.
True. But I also think it's freedom to a certain extent though. Because honestly, me growing up like in the Muslim community or whatever, I know how it is in other countries. So it's like, I mean, not saying that freedom's a bad thing, but when you give people too much free for all to do whatever the fuck they feel like it, you get into a situation to where America is right now,
Thank
to where you got the LGBT community and the straight community going at it one another.
You got
You
the
got the
community, black and black community, white on white communities,
yeah
black and white interracial,
gun control.
gun control, which we're gonna get into another. We're gonna get all that into that another topic, on another episode for sure. But you're right because look, we got the freedom to do it, so-called freedom of speech. But actually, when we have our speech, when we are able to speak, they try to sensitize our words so they don't be heard. So is that really even freedom? Because you got like I said, you got 500 something people in DC that making decisions for billions, the masses, and half of them too old to even understand the world that it is today.
Facts.
So it's not freedom for us; it's freedom for them to choose what they allow us to be free with.
But is that their fault though?
No,
Because technically we elected them.
Because look though,
But I mean, fundamentally,
just like
that's
I'm
their
in
job.
college. Yeah, that's their job. That's what I'm getting at. I'm in college right now, but I'm not going to college to be a politician. I'm going in the tech field.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, while a lot of people have a problem with what the fuck is going on in the country, I mean, I don't see nobody signing up to go. What is it? Political school or?
No, they gotta be.
No,
They
a lawyer.
You don't got
to
to
just study political science, but it's
actually,
so
you
many
ain't got to
things.
be. They have to be a politician.
Well, why
That's
ain't nobody
the thing.
signing up?
Think about it, because I think because it's so corrupt.
Bro, it's a hard job though. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at the definition of like when humans first started forming societies and civilizations, I forget what the exact term is, but it's like you signing a social contract, right?
Yeah.
And you gotta sign it when you're born. Like you don't really get a choice, but you know you don't have ultimate freedom. Like if I could build a bomb, I don't have the freedom to just go bomb anything I want because that's my prerogative. No, you have freedoms in a like certain limited sense so that you can keep yourself and everybody you care about safe, while also the people that you don't care about safe, right? So freedom of speech, we're supposed to be able to say anything, but if you go in the movie theater and you say that there's a fire, you're going to cause panic and something's going to happen in the movie theater, so they can hold you liable for that, right?
Yeah.
Now think about how our political system is going and how, thanks to the internet and shit, people are finding and recognizing a lot more flaws in our systems, in the court system, the legislation system, the military. Most things are corrupted and we're just now getting eyes on it.
Yeah.
And you start telling people this, and some people, especially that have been struggling, they first thought isn't, let me go out and vote in November. No, I'm going to handle this now. How am I going to fix this shit now? And that's when people start going out and they start protesting. And now these people are scared because they're like, okay, they obviously don't like me, they don't like the message. They're not going to listen to me.
Yeah.
So now how else am I going to control this and stop it from getting out of control?
Yeah.
So I mean, like we got freedom and like our own autonomy, but it has to operate in what's good for the society, and we don't get to choose what's good for society. The only thing we get to do is just watch how all these powerful people kind of mold it and set it up.
That is really spot on, because how do I put it? Everybody want to complain about the person doing the job, but don't want to step in and take control of the job.
Take action.
Take action. Like, we can even talk about Black Lives Matter or whatever you want to talk about. It's always for a certain point in the period, but they'll never put their foot on the throat of the snake and go ahead and cut the head off. We never take action to get ourselves forward or anything. Because, like, freedom, will we ever see freedom in this world, you think? Because think about it, immigrants. Like, everybody should know this now. America, black people was here before y'all was here. Like they said, Plymouth Rock land on us. We ain't land on Plymouth Rock, right? But even from the past to now, you still see the same shit happening. Because immigrants coming over here get better. They got more freedom
But what's the extent of freedom though?
Yeah.
Because I look at it like it's
Or I'm gonna say the opportunities. Then they got better opportunities than we would have from being born here in America and being
Right.
Americans.
okay.
Because look at this. I find it so funny when it comes to immigration. They always talk about the Mexicans and everything about, oh, they're illegal immigrants here in this country, blah, blah, blah.
Highest numbers is Europeans.
And I was about to say it.
Flying in.
Flying in. Look, y'all heard about when the Africans had that little disaster and the people tried to come over here and they sent them back?
Yes.
It was around the same time these motherfuckers in Ukraine having their little war with Russia. Y'all allowing these Ukrainians people, which is also Caucasian, to come over here.
Racist as fuck.
Racist as fuck. Come over here and live and free and everything, blah, blah, blah. Give them refuge, but you only help your neighboring country. Help people that actually go to national disaster. I'm like, bro, our problem is we try to get in everybody else's war, which don't need to be get into. But the reason why I look at it like this, the reason why they allow them people to come over here because they're what? White.
What can you provide?
Exactly. Cause look, because like we talked about on the other episode with when Calvin was here, the white race is getting extinct, so they can try to increase their numbers any way, shape, form possible.
That's actually why I personally believe the whole abortion thing. That's what that ties back to.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at after they gave the states the power to make the decision on their own. I was looking at a rally that Trump held, and like one of the ladies, I forgot her name, she was like, "This is another win for white life."
Yeah,
I saw that.
Exactly.
I saw that shit. And look, it's gonna be so funny because they don't know that they white daughters and they white sons are fucking with in other races. So what's gonna happen? Y'all still just gonna go extinct even faster. Cause I'm just waiting for the time they gonna try to, we need to overturn this. Like, no, you were just supporting this. Your teen daughter done got pregnant by a black man. Now what you gonna do? Your baby ain't white.
Yo, it's hilarious how much they fucking care though, bro. Cause like, I can't imagine being so privileged that like the thought of what society looks like 200 years from now shakes me. Like, if you told me there was gonna be no more black people and we was all gonna be mixed race people in the future,
I'm like, oh,
alright.
bet.
Like, shit, like I ain't gotta.
But
They ain't gonna have to deal with like that discrimination. That they may have their own set of
I'm
problems.
like, they gonna find their own different way to discriminate either way.
Yeah, but it's gonna look different. Like it's gonna be completely different than what we got going on today.
But
so why is that affecting how I act, how I vote, and what I make in legislation today?
But I don't think nowadays, like moving forward, like 50 years into the future, or even like leading towards 2050, a lot of researchers, they say that, the black community is going to have a negative zero net worth. A household is going to have a negative zero net worth. And the population is going to be a lot more mixed. But I don't really think any of that even matters now because the damage has already been done.
Yeah.
Like, just speaking for black people alone, black people, since slavery, after slavery, it's like with the whole welfare system being implemented into the community, broke up the black families.
Yeah.
We never on one accord.
Nope.
Black men, black woman, we steady beefing. Black women have a stigma of being, having an attitude all the time. Yeah. Can never be on one accord.
They get their emotions, they let their emotions take advantage of what we're needed to be taken care of at that moment.
Also, we don't take advantage of the opportunities, or we don't see the opportunities that we have. Yeah. So I feel like the damage has already been done.
Yeah, mentally.
Mentally,
because really, the whole war with black people is not even physical anymore. It's always been mental. Like, we still getting our ass beat and killed and everywhere else, but the war inside is what's one we really need to conquer as a community before we actually get out of this. And most people said it, but it's like, how are we going to get it done now?
Hey, do y'all believe in epigenetics?
Phrase it down.
Okay, so basically it's like, you know how they say the first humans were apes, and
Yeah.
like we got our instincts based on like things that they experienced, like fire, too hot, so we developed like, we know when something's too hot and it's gonna hurt us. It's basically saying that like trauma,
evolution?
Well, kind of like evolution, it's like trauma, all these worries and shit that you deal with internally, it's stuck in your cells and you pass that on to your child.
Because I see they did that because they had that study they did with the ape, with the monkey, with the bananas and everything. When they like talk about the one, like one of them got a banana, but they wetted all the other ones, and then every time another monkey tried to go up there, boom, and like they took out all the monkeys, like out of the cage that, got a banana that would beat them up, and then they still did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, like you said, like it's a mental thing, and a lot of times we don't even realize it. Like if I'm walking on the sidewalk, right, and it's like an old white couple coming, instinctually sometimes I just move to the side.
Yeah.
Like I just get out their way. And at one point I started asking myself, like, what is that? Why is that? And that's when I realized, like, we all got, like we talk about in therapy, we all got like these internal things that we have to deal with and that just kind of come up at random. Yeah. And most of the time we don't get to control it, but we kind of just got to unlearn it. Yeah. So it's funny when people be like, oh, well, slavery happened so long ago, like, that shit don't matter. Yeah. Anytime I see a black person get shot, killed, any kind of thing like that, I could feel that. Yeah. Like, anytime I get around white people or an officer, it's like I'm on like flight mode, like fight or flight. Yeah. Like something's wrong. And even if I'm just in like a crowd of white people, especially with all these shootings going on today, yo, if you look a little crazy, I'm gonna keep my eye on you the whole time I'm in the store, cause I can't play that shit.
Yeah. Right. Cause like my problem was I could not look white people in the eye.
True.
And like till recent, I still do it every now and then. I still revert back to like looking down. But I'm like everyone else, I'm looking them right in the eye. It's like, I think when I was younger, like my mom would always tell me like, hey, watch out, don't be like looking them in the eye at the same time. You'll never know which one of them like feel threatened. It's crazy. I feel like not only do we gotta unlearn a lot of stuff, society gotta unlearn a lot of stuff as well too. Because how they perceive us, just in general, is not true. Not everybody fit the stigmatism of a black man or a black person. Same thing as like the white people. Not all of them fit in the same category.
See, that's what I don't understand about white people, man. You
Yeah.
make a generalization and they be like, yo, you can't generalize whole people like that. I'll say every day that I hate white people
Yeah.
crazy, this, that, and the third, but that don't mean every white person I meet in my life I'm just gonna
Yeah.
treat based off of that.
Exactly.
That's a conception that I've had based off my experiences and learning. But again, that don't mean I'm gonna just like put that shit on to anybody.
Yeah.
Right. Like you were saying earlier with like the man and woman and how we interact differently in the black community, I feel like that's another result of racism and epigenetics. Like black men, we could be doing nothing, just walking down the street, and they start hitting us, throwing shit at us,
Yeah.
hosing us. And if we even turn around and react, that's the signal for them to just go crazy. So we had to learn how to not like let our emotions even come out in the slightest.
Escalate.
Not until we get to a safe place like home, around our family, our wife. And that's things you still see today.
Mm.
For women, they had to deal with it too, but they weren't being outright like hit like we were just because they're women. And, you know, dudes at least felt bad for hitting on somebody like a frail or with a small frame like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it didn't happen, but they didn't have to worry so much about like getting hit and keeping it composed and then getting home.
Yeah. You see all the videos like back in slavery when they still walking, they getting their beat, as we about with canes and stuff, and like nightsticks, and they just keep walking. They trying to keep their composure. It's like, man, but this is why I was also thinking like the freedom where it came to like religion, they started to press that upon us, like turn the other cheek. Like half that shit, I look, I can say this. I believe in God. He's the same person as Allah. He's the same person as whoever. Like God is God. But I do not believe in the Bible.
Makes sense. I mean, how can you? Like it's a book. How long ago was it written?
Not even just that. It's been so. Cause look, they even talked about it. Like everybody knows, like the Bible been tampered with and changed.
Yeah.
Due to the Pope, and like it's funny because like they always want to say, "Oh, a Christian world." They're like, but do we not forget about the Crusades? What the Christians did then? Do we not forget that the KKK was so called associated with the Christians?
The purest Christians.
They consider themselves the purest ones.
Even then, like, bro, if y'all look at like just history by itself, while even like during the Bible times and before the Bible times and after the Bible times, while people were saying they were following these religions, you know, at those times, that's where like we weren't living how we living now.
No.
At those times, bro, if they went to war, bro, everybody getting killed.
Yeah.
They coming over and taking over everything. They kidnapping the kids, babies,
You gonna be slave.
mothers. You
Yeah.
enslaved, raping the women, and they was doing a lot of that stuff in the name of Jesus, Allah.
Exactly. And so with every religion now, they have the worst and they have the best. I'm not knocking none of that. Like you believe what you believe in, but I can't base my life on something that I don't know is true no more.
Sure, I can see that.
Cause only thing I feel like this, they always say actions speak louder than words, right?
Right.
Those are words. I just gotta live my life the best way I know how. And that's how I show my love for God. I'm like, I'm doing my best. By me doing my best, it's how I honor him. I ain't going to no church. Because, like you said, if Jesus so-called came to abolish religion, because you was in the temple and y'all doing businesses and stuff versus actually doing what you're supposed to do, why the hell we still going to the so-called temple these days?
But wasn't that his whole goal though? Was to stop everybody from worshiping and turning into all these religions, and then after he died, they just turned the shit into a whole
we
nother religion.
We don't even know though, because like the issue is that like I'm gonna say Christians just because you know
Yeah.
the way that they acted around the world, they spread that shit way too far.
Yeah.
So Christians like to justify things like they are everything good in the world. Like
Yeah.
pure white, they could never do nothing wrong, and anything that they may be doing wrong is in the name of God. So whatever sins
Like,
that they're doing, they'll be absolved.
Yeah, and look, y'all ever seen this movie, Time to Kill? Alright, what's the dude name? Alright, he was the dude that was on Magic Mike, not the he was the manager on the first one. He already got the little all right. Nah, damn, what the fuck his name? Hold on, I'm gonna look up his name. But Samuel L. Jackson was in the movie. Who else? I'm gonna say Matt Damon. Time to Kill. Who was the cast? Matthew McConaughey, I think that's his name. Yep, Matthew McConaughey. And I think Sandra Bullock's in it too. It's basically about off of this. They're in Mississippi. These two Ku Klux Klan members, racist white people, raped a 12-year-old girl, black girl. Samuel Jackson, they was about to take them to court and everything, and they even admitted what they did, right? And this is racist town. But being a father, he went to the lawyer for him, like, man, asked about, like, because he remembers something like this similar happened a couple towns over, and the white people got off. So, he took matters in his own hand. He wasn't there when they was walking up the bank, and he killed them. Like, you could tell he lost his mind and everything. And they put him on trial, and they was trying to give him the death penalty and everything else. But you see how funny it was, like, man, the people, the white people got more mad about him killing them, their white friends, their white brothers, white whatever, than that the action that they actually did to an innocent girl, little kid.
Of course, though. But I mean, they do that too with other religions, other people. Like, yo, you see one extremist who happens to be Muslim, and they talking about how the Taliban is taking over the Middle East, how Islam is like a curse on our world and shit. And I remember growing up in middle school, especially with all that 9/11 propaganda and shit going on still. People was genuinely discriminating against Muslims.
And you from New York?
Yeah, like.
He's from New York. That's the thing. And look, how do you feel? Because I see like a lot of the PG.
That shit happened the year I was born. So I mean,
Damn.
That shit. 9/11 is the reason why my mom was moved away from New York. Like, she was dealing with hella shit when it came to all like the drug epidemics and shit going on, just straight poverty. But I think that was what drew it up to the line for her, for sure.
I know, like, funny about it, like the PG, it's a golf. Muslims, like the people over there in Afghanistan started their own golfing league. Now people from New York like out there getting mad because they decided to go play for these people. I was like, bro, people don't understand this. I know this is a talk about freedom, but also there's another part of freedom. We take the freedom away from so many other countries, and we get mad when they retaliate on us, and we point the fingers at them.
Exactly.
Because I asked my friend this the other day.
That's what I feel about Osama.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Osama was the way he went about retaliating. That was
I don't even think that was
fucked up.
But like honestly,
but honestly,
they did. But
you got a nigga on his last ropes though. Bro.
You made them do. Look, you don't know we don't know what all they did to them before he did that to us.
Oh, but
exactly.
we do know, bro. They started wars for oil.
Exactly. And they strained this land, promised them money for this oil, then to restrict, basically, like strip their land from all their wealth. For what? For oil. That we already got. Everybody already know we got enough oil right now to last us for what? Decades.
Until
millennials.
We fuck up this world permanently.
Because that's like I said, the oil is the blood of this earth. If we're taking all the blood out of your body, what happens? You die. So hence what we're going through right now, the heat waves and all the other shit. But I asked my friend this the other day, who is the biggest terrorist organization in this world?
The United States.
In their own, even when you think about it, we in our own country and to other countries, we are terrorists. That's why everybody hates us. Because think about it, we waging war like. Yeah, Russia and Ukraine going to war right now, but look, we still got people in our own community, in our own neighborhoods, from the littlest part to the biggest part. And think about everything we done. You can like literally look in single-handed, one-on-one, where everything that the United States has done in the history, and no one else can outweigh it. Not even Hitler. Like Hitler killed a lot of people, but think about all the people that we killed on the journey, the basic Oregon Trail going to the west. And think about it, think about it, the same people that making all these laws were the same people that call us savages and take over our land because they said, oh, you're not you're not a Christian, you're considered less than. They stole Hawaii. Hence why every time a white person say some shit over there, they get their ass beat by Hello Samoans. And truthfully, your ancestors called us that to be happening. But like same thing with the West and even America being founded. Everything they touched and they found, they stole because, oh, I have the freedom to do so. Because you're not a real human being, in my viewpoint, in my state of mind. And the queens, whatever, said I can take whatever I want to take. How you gonna take something from somebody else and then you want to make, oh, we're the good guys? Bitch, shut up.
Bro, white people are the masters at dodging accountability, man.
What?
Like we said through this whole thing, like we can bring up numerous fucking historical occasions where white Christians were obviously in the wrong, but either in the name of God, freedom, or trying to bring about a better world, they commit heinous crimes. Like, he probably got 5 times the amount of bodies Hitler got in one war.
Yeah.
But I look at white people like as a whole, just like a little differently. How like a lot of people look at them, like as far as being evil and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you just study like their history alone, their 6,000 year plus history, that is their nature.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you study the Africans,
Yeah.
when you study African history, a lot of Africans, like black people as a whole, they're peaceful people.
Yeah.
They've been through the worst type of stuff.
Yeah.
They're just naturally peaceful people.
Yeah.
When you look at their history, they're naturally conquerors. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They come through and tear up
But
everything
where does that
inside.
even come from, though? Because, like, check me out. China was the first to make guns in the sense of using, like, gunpowder and everything in order to create a weapon. White people ain't get access to that for 300 to 400 years. And as soon as they got access to it, world domination.
But it's also I think that comes from their upbringing. Because, you know, if you go back to, you know,
my
ancient
cousin broke it down.
Yeah.
Egypt.
Ancient Egypt,
Because so technically
the Africans shunned them because they were savage-like.
Yeah, because the reason why I think they became savage-like
In the
is
Caucasus Mountains.
because we exiled them.
They were exiled.
Because look, think about black people. You say 2 black people, you make it a white person. Everybody know we the originators, right? We're basically the first race. It's been proven. If y'all don't believe that by now, go look, open up a damn web page and look this shit up. But I think someone had an albino baby, and then they had another one, and they was like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And then kicked them out, and then they went to the
hell is
this? What the hell is this? And kicked them out. Cause like even then, think about it in chemistry, about whatever we take in science, biology. What is the dominant genes are brown skin and black, because we're more liable to absorb the sun and everything else too. And actually, the caucus, like that's a recessive gene, like white and blue eyes.
Right.
And they were not able to absorb the sun. And then eventually we pushed them out to the mountains and like basically exiled them. Like something like off of Sparta, you know, that one dude that was like fucked up, but he was a Spartan, but he was.
You see, but that's so different though. Like,
Yeah.
like the same way people say that slavery has existed for years. Like, the slavery we be talking. But yeah, fucking slavery was different back then, bro. Like, you owe a nigga a debt, or your father did something and owe a nigga a debt, you gotta work for the dude. Like, it ain't nothing about you, the character that you have, the character of your parents, or even like identifying features. You just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Wrong situation, bad time. Slavery now is something deeper than that, man. Like, and you still see white people with that like lack of accountability. And that's why they feel like their freedoms are being impeded upon, is because they can't just act any way that they feel.
Like they want to.
Depending on how their emotions or what their mindset is that day. They can't just treat people like shit and not face no repercussions. Because now if a nigga pull his camera out, start recording your ass, it go viral, now you done lost your job. You done lost your family, you done lost everything that you got because you wanted to be a racist prick. 30 years ago, that shit wouldn't happen. Nowhere close.
So you think, hey, because you know I said earlier, overturned Roe versus Wade. But in the same sense, can we go back and overturn a lot of these cases where they found us
By their logic,
together?
yes.
So I really feel like only way really to make a change and actually get more freedom It's a fight fire with fire. So I feel like we really need to get to a point where now we're actually going out, since they want to overturn shit, that because now these days the law of the day can change the outcome. We need to start doing the same thing. Think about it. That will get a lot of these people that are in jail right now for just like a little bit of weed or something out. They could also we got more stuff these days to get more evidence looked at for other cases where people feel like they were falsely accused. So, do you think we should use that same method that they did? Because look, basically, they were playing chess while we were playing checkers.
True. We didn't even get a game to play.
Yeah, exactly. We wasn't even playing the game. We were playing fucking the marbles.
We was looking at the corner of the wall, bro. Like niggas was grounded, man.
And they got us. And it sucks.
It's some BS though. Like they talking about, oh, you just leave it up to the state, and if the majority of the people in the state decide, then that's just how it is. And if you want to go to a different state with different ethics, then you do that. But like, why don't we establish like a baseline level of like ethics and morals? Like,
But that, I mean, you always gotta start somewhere though. Like,
So-
when you, some people like, for instance, black people, I mean, we don't necessarily have no type of say-so. Or even, like, a lot of women might feel the type of way about this shit, but
They don't have like
even women, like, while women wanna cry about the whole abortion shit, like, outside of protesting and posting on social media, nobody's taking, like, affirmative action to, like, okay, we don't like this. I mean, they say shit like men can't talk about shit like this, but I mean, it's like, who's actually taking steps to actually find a solution?
Because right now it's like we're doing the bare minimum.
Exactly.
I feel like now
It's the bare minimum.
protest is now bare minimum.
Well, I mean, like-
what actions we can
And
be
don't
saying?
get shit done.
because protesting has changed, bro. Like
Yeah.
when MLK and fucking Malcolm X
That was a-
protesting, bro, it was different because black people and like anybody on that side, it was life or death for them because
Yeah.
we didn't have the rights that we have.
Yeah.
So it's like, at that point, I don't need to conform to your white man's standards of society because you just gonna label me a nigga regardless.
You know?
So now you gonna feel the full force of my wrath, and you gonna understand that I'm gonna have my rights at the end of the day regardless.
Yeah, and they shut down. The best thing about it, they shut down everything.
They
They didn't use none of the resources. Because one thing that they protest back in the day versus the protest now, they hit them where it hurt, the pockets.
Yeah.
We don't hit them in the pocket because we go for like a day, and after that day, oh man, we need this. We in a need community now.
That goes just like just the discipline. We have no discipline.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's so different than like back then when they had the Montgomery bus boycotts. Like obviously that was a huge part of their life, but like aside from the black community, nobody was using the bus, so they had options to be able to affect that. If I don't fuck with Chick-fil-A because of their stance and their funding on like anti-LGBTQ plus rights, right?
Yeah.
I can say I'm not gonna buy Chick-fil-A for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
They gonna rake in hundreds of millions of dollars.
From everything
The
else.
black community as a whole, the LGBTQ plus community as a whole could like stop buying from them and they still gonna make their profits.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much harder with the social media and the internet today to impact people's pockets, especially because you got people on the other side who are, like, they're gonna support you regardless.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when that Goya shit happened with Trump? I don't remember the specifics, but he said like some stupid shit, and I think Goya like donated or funded it, and then people was like, alright, we ain't gonna buy their products no more.
And
They said, basically like, people
what
was,
is that grab by the pussy shit?
nah, it wasn't that. It was way after
To
that.
be honest, back in the day, I'll tell y'all know my first thoughts of that whole thing when he said it. When I heard that shit came out, I was like, this motherfucker's a pimp.
Bro.
No, I was like, no. At first I was looking at it, I was like, he somehow just go in there and grab him. I was like, and I was thinking about the time frame when, like the time and the era, because you guys say different things about time and the era. So he's saying this back in like 2010. I'm not trying to say it's right or wrong, but in my opinion, I'm thinking back then like this is a
You gotta think of the era.
Hey, this girl going wild. There's a lot of girls back then throwing themselves at people that they know they got money and shit, and they're not having a problem with it. And like, they guess they thought they were going to get rich because they hooked another person, then. But like that was society back then, and low key it still is the same society today. But now more people like, oh, you gotta be cautious who you hook up with, even if you like they hook up with somebody that's famous. The famous person gotta be more cautious now because they could twist the narrative so quick, just for financial gain, but not and for their 15 minutes of fame. Mm-hmm. And that's what is the scariest thing because it could have been consensual, whatever. Now they're like, yeah, man, no. Look at Drake with hot sauce.
Yeah, that was funny, bro.
I was
condoms, bro.
But look.
I don't blame
But
him.
look about this. Who was the dumb one in this situation? Drake was putting a hot sauce on the condom, or the girl
who went looking
who
for
wasn't looking for the condom and ended up putting a hot sauce on her coochie?
Both of them.
No, I feel like Drake was smart at that point. Cause look, he killed even though the sperm is dead, the bitch literally tried to perfectly impregnate herself with Drake so she can catch a check for him for what? For the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Drake did that because
You know how bitches
no, but this first kid,
yeah.
that wasn't intentional. That was by accident.
Hey, but he probably
Damn.
And
something weird between them.
I
Something
remember.
weird.
I remember a couple of years ago when he was messing with that girl. Drake tried to pay her to kill that baby.
Yeah.
She wanted on.
And look,
Cause she knew that's
that's the other side of the freedom part. Cause look, girls, like, cause there's some women do have the power for everything. Women are the most powerful people in the world, hands down. Cause I think we talked about that the other time we did about the abortion. I was like, man, say the man's not ready, but you are. Does he should not have to pay child support if he was not ready. But then, if she's not ready, the guy got to pay for the abortion, but he might be ready. I understand it's your body, but at the same time, his financial future, like, the guy's like, man, I'm not ready to be a father. Back before abortion was like, you know, we were capable to do abortions in Florida. All this shit happened within a month. So
we still can, bro. Just up to 15 weeks.
No, we still can.
Just 15 weeks.
Plan B work.
you gonna go to jail for the Plan B.
Yeah.
Hey,
They gonna watch
they watching the game and they like, hey, I do not support neither side. I don't care. Like, honestly, I'm like this. This is my whole thing about freedom. I feel like if you want to have an abortion, you should have the right to have an abortion. If you do not want to have an abortion, you have the right not to have an abortion. Same thing. Like, anything you don't want to see in this world, you shouldn't have to force your opinions on anybody.
Right.
Because you're taking away their freedom. You got the freedom to do what you want to do. You got the freedom to not want to like something you don't like. Say you don't support gay marriages. Don't marry nobody don't get into a gay relationship.
Yeah, that's my shit for freedom too, bro.
Yeah, because like if you don't support it, okay, just don't be around that. But there's nothing wrong for them. That's what they feel like. That's their freedom. If you don't like you the same thing with some people that are racist. Say you don't like black people. Stop going where black people at and tell them you don't like them. Go your own way and stop dressing like us too.
That's something that.
And stop taking the whole culture away.
I feel like we gotta change that conversation.
But that conversation, though, I feel as if it should be. I personally think it's okay to not hate people for what they believe in.
Yeah.
Even use the gay thing for example. Yeah. If somebody is gay, that's okay. Like, I don't want to kill you because you're gay.
Yeah.
But also on the other side, the person who doesn't like that type of behavior type deal, I don't feel that the gay community should just ridicule him and just
force it upon
ruin
him.
everything he got going on because he feels that he believes in what he believes in.
That's his opinion.
Okay, but check me out. So this is how this scenario goes, right?
Yeah.
Like, at least, because, like, I have
gay friends, me too.
Obviously, right? So, like, if I go to the club, right, and I'm hitting on a girl, no matter how that girl may be interested sexually, right?
Yeah.
Imagine, like, I just introduce myself and I'm trying to talk to her and she realizes that, I'm trying to flirt with her and she get hostile.
Oh, yeah.
She get, like, angry and she, like, yo, like, you better watch out for I'll fucking beat the shit out of you.
Bitches
Like-
are weird these days.
I mean, yeah, like that usually don't happen, but
No, that happens like a lot these days, like dead ass.
like usually that happens to dudes like being on some weird shit. At least initially, like unless they being harassing, and then they're like, all right, now I need you to chill out, or else I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
But like, for most, at least from what I've heard from most gay people, it's like, it's less of like a, oh, like you're not hurting me, so I'm gonna just leave it alone. It's like some people take it personally.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like if a gay dude flirt with me in the club, right? Obviously, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, like give me a drink or some shit. Like that ain't me. But at the same time, like I'm
I'm
not.
telling motherfuckers, hey, yeah, a drink's on you? All right, baby. Hey, I need a shot. Hey, like, no, really, I run to my gay homeboys, like homeboys all the time, like, hey, yeah, I know you see your friend on you keep looking at me, tell him he gonna buy me a shot, man. That costs for the looks. Hey, I need me a shot. I was like, hey, tell him give it to my bartender make it. He handed it to me. I ain't trying to get roofie.
Yeah, but like,
No, I'll be messing with it. Be joking
For sure.
though.
but like again, like if a gay dude come up and flirt with me, man, like it ain't nothing personal, bro. Like you thought I was cute, I ain't into dudes.
Yeah.
But like,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, like
Thank
and
you,
I
bro.
appreciate it. That's your business, right?
Yeah.
But for a lot of them, like the interaction doesn't stop there.
They kind of press upon.
Yeah, they get
Yeah.
pressed. Like some dudes, like they walk out the club thinking that like they just get to go home, and like dude that they flirted with earlier, still pissed about it, come outside, beat the shit out of the dude.
Yeah.
And like if he beat the shit out of him and he hit his head on the fucking pavement, now my nigga gotta go to the fucking ER,
He did.
surgery on his skull. So like, we at least as the black community, like I feel like this conversation has changed a lot, or like progressed a lot from just like being around gay people. Like
Yeah.
a lot of black men used to hate being around gay people just because it made them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's understandable if you don't necessarily believe that that's right, whether it be religion or personal belief. But we don't end the line there.
Yeah.
We started treating gay people like black or white people used to treat us.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can exist, but just don't exist around me. Like, what kind of shit is that?
I'm like, bitch.
Like, especially if you live in somewhere like LA where it's
Oh, yeah.
hella different people coming around. Like, you don't
I
get
heard
no
it's
choice
crazy
on the
in
map.
LA. I heard it's like to the point to where you can just walk around butt ass naked.
I mean, hey,
I wish I could walk around butt ass naked. Look, people don't know. I don't like clothes as it is.
But yeah, bro. So like, when I was a kid, like I understood like the whole like, hey, like I'm uncomfortable around it, so I don't like to be around it. But as I got older, like I see the examples every day of how this affect people, and like even somebody who's transgender, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like this is a huge debate in politics right now, and it's like, oh well, transgender people are like victims of trans theory, and they pedophiles, they trying to infiltrate our children's mind and hurt them and shit like that, which is just crazy in its own, right?
Mhm.
But then you also got people who they go into clubs and they find a trans girl like very attractive. Now, if you that trans girl, what do? Like, you don't know if this dude, if he finds out, how he's gonna react. You don't know if he's gonna be angry with you and leave. You don't know if he's gonna be angry with you and hurt you. You don't know if he gonna be angry, leave, go get some homeboys, and now they finna get your ass after.
Yeah.
Or if you refuse to say something because you're so scared about what's gonna happen, now later on they finna beat your ass because you waited so long to tell them. So like,
Yeah.
it's just a very complicated like scenario at all times. And I
I mean,
feel bad for them because
I understand that part. I wouldn't do no crazy shit like that, like flip the fuck out or beat somebody's ass type shit.
But
I
there are people that
I
out there that
understand
do the
those people
extreme.
who would flip out like that though, cause that is some wild shit.
No,
Like,
no,
some
no,
wild
I
shit.
can. I
and like I even
understand.
understand like dude like not necessarily putting hands on them, but I understand dude perspective, right? Like
Yeah.
if I'm a straight dude and I'm drunk as fuck and I go out to the club and I find shorty I think fine as hell and I start flirting with her and I find out she trans, right?
Yeah.
Now if I'm a super masculine dude and I ain't never had to like think about some shit like that, like, oh,
Yeah.
am I gay? Now that's causing a whole lot of internal
Internal-
conflict within me.
Look.
And if I don't know how to handle that, I'm gonna put my hands on somebody.
And
like I'm going.
That what
I'm
therapy
gonna do
for.
something that I don't
And that
know.
what therapy is for. Cause look, I understand. Cause look, I was in California, or in it was 2012. I was there for C school, and I remember my cousin always said, "Hey, it looks too good to be true. It's too good to be true." So I was at the club and everything with my homeboys and stuff. It's the baddest thing in the thing came in. But I always know they always got that little neck thing on too.
Yeah.
I was lit. I was drunk. Started dancing on me, boom, boom. I was like, oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. Then something in the back of my head said, hey, remember my cousin said.
little too good to be true.
And I started looking at little stuff. I was like, man, you got some big ass feet. Some big ass hands. He said, always do the cup check. So I was like,
What's the cup check?
so basically, you cup your hand. And I was like, oh my God, that's a penis. I was like, oh, man. But look, like, and then later on, my homeboy trying to holler at the same girl. I said, bro, that's a man. He's like, no. But he said, no, that ain't a man. I was like, bro, that's a man. He literally had a drink in his hand. He's like, oh, wasting drink, wasted all on him. And like, I knew how it felt. Like, I would have went home and I found out it was a penis. Like, I wouldn't have threw hands, but it's like, I think come with maturity, like how they handle different situations. And I think in the moment, sometimes you get caught up in the moment and it could just escalate. Like, bro, what the fuck you trying me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's also because of the conversations we have surrounding some shit.
And we don't have that.
Right?
And we ain't have those conversations growing up.
Like, check me out. Like, your homeboy, right? He say, oh, like, that's not no dude, man. Technically, like, that's not a dude. That's a transgender woman.
Yeah.
And, like, just because you found the feminine aspects of her, like, attractive for a moment, that don't mean you want to suck dick, my nigga. And, like, take it from the back, you know?
Exactly.
Like, a gay, like, your sexuality is based on what you do with your sexual organs.
Yeah.
So if you find, like, some transgender woman fucking attractive, oh, shit, she cute. She attractive. All right. Like, it ain't even nothing like that. If you get caught in the club like that, right?
Yeah.
Then it's just like, oh shit, like, oh, got a good surgeon. Like, or you had a good game plan going on.
I learned now to make a joke about it. I was like, oh, you almost got me.
Like,
I get a little compliment. I was like, bro, they did your thing.
That's another thing though, is like we also treat them and talk about them like somebody's trying to
trick us, but they're not.
So
they're being themselves.
Yeah, so when people come into that situation, now they feel like they've been tricked. Yeah. And you know, most people in that situation, if they're angry, they're gonna attack. So like, I understand people's perspectives, but that's why I feel like it's crucial that we start having conversations like where we kind of identify where we went wrong in thinking and like how we can move forward in the future.
Yeah.
The same way that like white people, the way they would talk about us and shit still affects us today. Like, oh, black people can they can take more pain than we can. They're physically like stronger than us. And now you see in sports, well, that dude's just athletic.
Yeah.
He not smart at the sport, he just athletic.
Yeah. They always like put us in that box. And that's the same thing about it. Like, I can see what you're saying, especially with the gay community and trans community, we do try to put them in this box. But like, really, some of our best conversations come from not outside of here. I got gay friends that when we talk, it's like really we be breaking down shit. Like we have some good conversations, and they help me with my style and my swag a lot too.
It's because they got a mask though, bro. Like, that's why they such cool people. Is because they gotta pretend to be somebody else for a majority of their life,
and then they
feel like their life is threatened.
Yeah.
Like my little cousin, right? Me, my sisters, my cousins. We all knew she was gay since we was like 6 years old.
Oh,
like it's just in the way that she acts, it's just in the way that she carried herself. Like, and then she come out to her parents, my uncle, my aunt, and then like my dad and shit. Everybody dead shocked, and like they took it harshly. Like they was willing to like kick her out the family over this, and like again, that's what I'm saying. We don't be paying attention to nothing that's like outside of our own. Like if we're not comfortable with it, then a lot of, like human nature is just to get out of our space if we're comfortable with it. But that's why we gotta change that shit, and that's why at least I feel like I'm more comfortable than most people is because like my sister bi, my little cousin gay. You know, I don't know about the rest of my cousins, at least like the girl and my other little sister where they at yet. But no matter what, like it's whatever. Yeah. They ain't got shit to do.
And like me. I think I told you, I don't know, it might have been Cordell. We talked about this one conversation. Because I had a friend back in high school. Everybody knew the motherfucker was gay. And he gonna finally come out to us. And I could tell.
Like, well, we knew.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I was like, yeah, we knew. He's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah. Bro, everybody knew you was gay. He's like, y'all still, I was like, bro, we not gonna change, that don't change who you are as a person.
But you see, that's the thing they be scared.
They be so scared. Yeah, they think we're gonna just automatically just shun them out, and it's not like that. Like I learned this, you can't like for people in general. Because at one point I ain't lying. I felt like I was racist against white people. To a point.
You can't be racist against white people.
Well, I mean, I was discriminating against white people.
I'm a proud one. I probably discriminated.
I was discriminated for the
Probably.
period. But then, you know, it was during like these last 6 years when I really started discriminating against white people. Got over that a little bit. I trust a little bit more white people now. But a little bit more, keyword, a little. But I learned is like every individual person, you gotta put them to their own individual standards. Because you can't bring in the same like stereotype about this person to that. Same way I don't want nobody bringing no stereotype about me to somebody else. Like, don't hold me for the conversation that me and you have and the relationship me and you have versus what you assuming about me and this and the third.
So what's y'all, like, I could start, but like, what's y'all definition of freedom, or where do y'all think freedom should like start in it? So like, me personally, I feel like, you know, like obviously you should be able to do anything you want to, and like that's legal, obviously.
That doesn't cause harm to other people.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
what is that action? What is that thing about this person gonna do?
Let's like that being our closing question. Yeah, we're gonna do close with that question.
Like, people always be upset. Like right now in politics, they talking about how trans, like your little girls who shouldn't even be like trans technically, at least in their mind, they shouldn't be trans yet.
No.
They going into youth sports and shit and girl sports, and they're invaded and they're taking it over. Personally, if I was a parent of a child, right, and I teach my little girl to play basketball.
Yeah.
And my little girl get cooked by somebody else.
Okay.
My first excuse is not, oh, she only beat her because she's trans. She only beat her because she used to be a boy.
No.
What kind of shit is that?
That's one thing I do laugh about, because I'm like, I know some girls that beat me in basketball before. I know some girls that are faster than me. I know girls that are stronger than me.
I know some girls that might whip my ass at certain points in my life.
And I would love for them to whip my ass. I'm like, y'all can beat me up anytime you want. Then make sure my clothes. No, let me stop. I'm gonna edit that part out. But no, like really, I feel like there's freedom is something that is an individual like definition for every person. My viewpoint is being able to live how I want to live and not being judged by other people. And don't judge other people at the same time for how they decide. Because like, freedom for one is not the same for freedom for other. So like mentally, physically, and it's emotionally. Like mentally, you gotta free we gotta all learn how to free ourselves mentally. That's where it comes to unlearning stuff, educating ourselves better, and stepping out of comfort zone and having these conversations. Physically, freedom is taking control of who you are, your body, or how you want to how you perceive yourself. Like, if you want to be who you want to be, like you say, I want to look this type of way, you got the freedom to do that. Now, emotionally, when you can control your emotions and not let other stuff conflict with that and like mess all that up, that's when you actually have a freedom emotionally. Because that's when nobody else's opinion matters but your own. At that point, you are at literally free. Because you ain't got no worry in the world or what you consider, what you allow to worry you.
My definition of freedom is being able to live in peace. Cause like, I mean, just being realistic, no matter where you go on the planet, you're gonna have to follow some type of rules. You ain't gonna be able to just do completely any and everything you want to. But my definition overall is just living in peace, to where at the end of the day, you know, I can go home, I can go to work, I can take care of my family, I can live peacefully. I don't gotta worry about too much bullshit, and at the end of the day, I'm happy.
That's real. I mean, hey, I feel like that's the basic definition of freedom, man.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we done twisted that shit around so much. Like, you know, we about to get into guns and like, yo, like.
Oh yeah. Next episode, y'all be ready to tune in.
We talk about that shit. Like, man, I think guns are having a negative effect in our community. And niggas is, man, how dare you step on my freedom?
Oh, trust me. Hey, we gonna get hey, trust me.
What?
Hey, stay tuned for the next episode. We gonna get into this gun violence. Trust me. But what's your viewpoint on freedom? What's your idea?
Again, just like anything, like you're allowed to do anything you want to, as long as it doesn't negatively affect somebody else. Like again, like there's a difference between somebody who's gay just existing and somebody who's in the club like harassing people. Like I'm not just sitting here like, oh, like if a gay person come up to you and they doing this, that, and the third, like you don't got no right to know. Like anybody who harasses you, puts their hands on you or anything, obviously you got the right to react any kind of way. But like, it's funny how sometimes the same people who talk about wanting their freedom or like wanting to be free are impeding on other people's existences or freedom just because of how they may feel about it or they misconceptions that they have in the past.
Opinionated, yeah, that is so true. But yo, thank y'all for this tuning in for this episode from Boyz and Men. I want to thank my co-host
Eddie Bunch.
He's back in the building, y'all. And
Eli Alexander.
the what?
Alexander the Great.
Yes, sir. You see, we're conquering over y'all minds and taking over the planet and taking over the world. World domination is our topic, our task for today.
Damn, bro, when we turn Caucasian, bro.
Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah, my bad. Well, educating is our topic for today. But yo, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Like I always say, dream big dreams because small dreams have a little magic, and how big we dream, you shouldn't fail. But remember this, you always do your best and let God take care of the rest. Well, all right, we're going to see y'all in the next episode. So peace, love, happiness. We out.
Yes, sir.
I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone to take me serious. Real questions that I ask. How long will this solo trip last? I'm content with being alone in the past, but it's changing and it's something I can't grasp. Turn off my phone, I'm in my zone, so now I'm acting different. I'm to myself, I'm in my head, mapping out this life I'm living. Shadow work on myself, I done already seen hell. Can't fit in, so I rebel, but I don't miss a beat. I don't miss a beat. Oh.